Plus, thousands of young adults across Central Florida are getting ready to head to college. Next on Sunrise, an expert helps guide families through what can be a tough transition.
Back to school season is now in full swing, and it goes beyond just elementary, middle, and high schools. Thousands of young adults are getting ready to start or return to an exciting chapter, college. Bethune-Cookman University's move-in period kicked off for new students last week. Returning students will start heading back to campus tomorrow, and their first day of class will be on Monday. Students will start moving back onto UCF's campus next Thursday. That's August 20th. That move-in period will run through the 22nd. Classes begin August 24th. Embry-Riddle and Valencia students, well, they're also heading back to class on August 24th. New students will be reporting to Rollins College next Wednesday, while returning students head back next Saturday. They will begin class on August 24th. Full Sail students taking September courses will see their classes begin on August 31st. And meanwhile, students heading to Gainesville will kick off classes on next Thursday. That's the 20th. FSU students start class on August 24th. So the way students approach the transition from high school to college, that can really set the stage for their entire experience. I'm joined now in studio here with Micki Meyer, who is the president for student affairs at Rollins. Micki, thank you so much for coming on. I love this segment. We talked with you last year, and I feel like it's so important because really this transition of the next 6 weeks, right? This is really pivotal, vital for these students. Tell us why.
There is nothing more exciting than being on a college campus at this time of year. And as you said, Rollins is going to be starting back in a couple weeks. We are so excited. And I'll tell you, Meredith, all the research shows that the first 6 weeks are the most important as it relates to students' academic, social, behavioral experience in college. And it's important for them to really start to lock in now and focus.
Okay, so what should they be doing to make it a success for these next 6 weeks? To make it, okay, it's kind of setting the stage for the rest of their time.
Right, so the first thing is there's going to be a lot of information that comes their way in the first couple weeks. Orientation, advising. So they need to really listen up and start to take notes on the resources across campus.
Okay.
The second pro tip is academics. So my suggestion is in the first week that students go to class, they're collecting all their syllabi, and they're starting to map out when they're going to have projects and assignments due to really forecast what the next 6 weeks looks like before midterms.
Okay, so you have to be very organized, right? You got to be on top of it. Don't fall behind, correct?
Correct. Which is tough. That's tough.
I know.
Still for me.
Yeah, well, because what you're saying, it's like you're meeting new friends and you're wanting to do all the new things, and especially if you're not from Central Florida, you're realizing how beautiful Winter Park is.
Right.
So there could be a lot of distractions.
Right, and I will tell you, Meredith, that's all a part of it. I know you went to Allegheny, and that was a big part of your college experience. Thinking about the holistic engagement, which makes me think of another pro tip, which is students getting engaged, persist and retain at a higher rate.
Okay.
So in the first couple weeks, there'll be something called an activities fair or an involvement fair, where students really need to start to learn what are the clubs and organizations, the traditions, the athletic games, so to start to really build thoughtful community.
So is that part of the resources then that the students should be looking at, Micki? That's all included, right? The social aspect.
Right. So colleges are really set up to help students succeed and thrive. There's a big part of a college campus that's around student engagement. There's another part that deals with therapy and help around resources, and that's another part of the college experience that's really important for the students to know that they're not alone.
And Micki, you've met with so many students and all over how long have you been in the community with college students?
Yeah, this is my 26th year working at a college.
So you know what works. So what have you seen then, the adjustments then, the kids that really kind of do put these rules into play or these focuses into play, how does their experience turn out?
I would say that starting the first day is having an open mind. You have the next 4 years or so to really do things, to take healthy risks, to meet people, to get involved, and to take advantage. So students who walk in that have a healthy mind and disposition really thrive over the first 6 weeks and beyond.
The indicators, especially for the parents back home, that show, okay, my kids are doing really well, they're thriving, they're adjusting, and maybe some of those indicators that say, okay, we need to step in, we need to help you out and kind of get you on the right track. What should parents be looking for?
Yeah, I think first, making sure that you and your student are having a really good conversation when it relates to boundaries and when to ask for help and when to let your child engage.
Okay.
So to me, the healthy indicators would be that your student's able to engage in problem solving on their own, that they're there to know when a family member is there if they're struggling, but really to take the lead.
Okay.
Parents can be the guide on the side and not the sage on the stage. And that's That's tough for me.
Yeah.
That's tough for me too. But that's really about healthy growth and development to prepare your child for life after college.
Absolutely, because it's kind of like, you always want to be there like, okay, do it this way or do it that way, but it's like they have to be able to, do it on their own, right?
This is the time. They're the CEO, and you're on the board of advisors. And every year you're giving a little bit more control up of the organization.
Yeah.
But advisors advise, CEOs lead.
Okay, I love that. Anything else for parents, especially watching this, thinking, okay, I'm sending my child off to college? Any other last-minute advice you want them to have?
I think it's okay for them to feel the feels.
Yeah.
It's okay to be scared and to be sad. And every week things will get a little bit better. So just to feel the feels and know that they're not alone when their child's in college. We're here to help them.
I feel like my oldest is middle school, but I'm going to take home some of the,
exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm going to take home some of your advice here, Micki.
It starts in middle school, Meredith.
Does it? Okay. Because I feel like I can apply this information that you're saying today.
Yeah, it's all developmental and it grows every single year as you prepare your children to be more human and to engage in life.
Okay, Micki, thank you so much. And have a great year at Rollins.
Thank you. We're so excited.
Exactly. Wishing all the students the best. Yes.
Thank you so much, Meredith.
Absolutely, Micki. Thanks for coming in today.